Thank you for joining us on the Bulldog Sports Network. I'm Tyler Madsen, along with head men's soccer coach Duke Cochran, to take a look at the 2013 Bulldog men's soccer preview and the first weekend of action for Truman this coming Friday and Sunday. Coach, before we get into that, let's talk about preseason. It was a very long preseason this year. Had that extra week built in, but gave you a little bit of time to look at your guys a little bit more as some extended practice and some different things like that. Talk about what you saw during the first couple weeks of training and so far for the team this year.
The guys, to their credit, they came in fit. That was a big thing for us last season. We didn't come in as fit as we needed to be. And losing two pretty important players in Andy Chapman and Charlie Backus, some older players with a lot of experience, I knew the core of the team would be a lot better with a lot more experience. So getting our fitness taken care of would really help us come into the season ready to go. And early on, it was a little difficult as we tried to find our legs and play against some tough competition in Columbia College. But as we found our legs and started to work on stuff, watch film, the team's really starting to hit on all cylinders.
All right, so you got some all MIAA returners from last year. This being the first year in the Great Lakes Valley Conference, but you do have some depth in returning there with Nick Franta, Matt Langley. Talk about those guys and what you expect out of them this year.
Well, we selected our captains, the team did, and Nick Franta and Matt Langley were both nominated as captains, and along with Jake Schreier, who's another senior, and all good picks, I think. It shows me that the team also sees those guys as leaders, and I just hope that they're on the field for as much of the minutes as possible to help calm the team when things start to go against you, because you have to weather the storm against good teams. So I think they'll just give us that balance and that kind of that sense of ease when we need it. So I'll be looking to them a lot.
Last year, Nick Wallner and Drew Grones split time a bit in goal. Drew got some of most of the action toward the end of the season. What did you see out of the goalkeepers during preseason camp?
They both came in kind of where they left off. Both look fitter, stronger. Training's been very good, and I have to mention Tony Lance is always pushing to break into that group as well. The three of them have really good chemistry, but in preseason, Drew's had more of the minutes in goal, but Wally, we call him Wally, Nick Wallner's been playing some in goal too, and when he's come in, he's done very well for the team, and we have all the confidence in him as well.
All right. A very grueling Great Lakes Valley Conference schedule to come starting in week 2, but a couple of non-conference matches to start the year beginning this Friday. The home opener on the 6th against Iowa Wesleyan at 4 p.m. Coach, you played them at their place last year, got away with a 1-goal victory in double overtime, I think. But talk about what you know of the Tigers and what you expect out of them for Friday.
Well, what I know of the Tigers is playing them at their place is always harder. Their field is, not to slide them at all, but it's more of a park and rec field, so grass can be long, it can be bumpy. They definitely like to play hard at their own place. When we face them at home, we've been able to take care of them. So I'm hoping the same thing's going to happen this go around, but beating them in overtime last year, they may have some confidence coming in. Our guys know that we have to solidify our home field with 11 home games this year, so kicking it off with that first game, it shouldn't matter who we're playing. We need to make sure to establish our home field.
All right, then after Iowa Wesleyan, you get kind of a long-time non-conference rival for a bit. A conference rival as part of the MIAA last year with Upper Iowa as an affiliate member. But the Peacocks come to town Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock. Been like we've mentioned, played them a lot before. What do you know about them coming in this year? New coach. What do you expect for them for their program this year?
Well, they did get a new coach, and it looks like the university's actually given them a coach for just the guys' side, which is the first time that we've seen, because usually the one coach split both programs. So I think that's going to help them just with consistency. They were pretty young last year, had a lot of international players, and when we had played them at their place compared to when we played them later in the season at our place, they had already gotten a lot better. So I expect them to be very well organized, chip on their shoulder. They want to beat us. It'll be hard to say, especially since they got a new coach. I don't know if their style of play has changed. Don't know a lot about that coach. So we expect a hard game. But again, it's our home field. We have to establish that.
A lot of opportunities this season to catch the Bulldogs in action. Twice this weekend on season opening weekend as part of game week here on Truman's campus. The Bulldogs up against Iowa Wesleyan on Friday, Upper Iowa on Sunday. Coach, we'll get into GOVC next week with a couple matches then. But thank you for joining us today, and get out this weekend and support your dogs.